This episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast is brought to you by Boundless Technology. Boundless Technology strives to advance in the cannabis industry by creating innovative products with portability and stealth in mind. Aiming to deliver an affordable, efficient and straightforward experience for the consumer, Boundless offers an alternative to the traditional joint or water pipe. Enjoy the taste, smells and effects of cannabis at lower vaporization temperatures with Boundless Technology products. Use coupon code SAVAGE for 10% off all Boundless Technology products at bndlstech.com. Follow Boundless on all social media at bndlstech. And if you want to show your support for the podcast, head to patreon.com/Savage Snowflake to donate as little as $1 a month. All right, savages, let's get to it. What's going on, everyone? How are we doing, savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, your boy Jeff Leach. How are you? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year? It's not been New Year yet. Not really, not in real life, but I don't know when this will come out, Cherie. So it could be New Year already happened.
You could be lying or you could be telling the truth.
I'm 100% telling the truth. It's December the 27th?
Sure.
But in fact, I might even release this today.
Whoa.
Why don't I do that? And then we can just talk honestly about what time of year it is.
Oh my God.
Oh no, turn off, turn off. Everything was so perfect and I left the fucking heating on. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is a wonderful performer. She's in the adult entertainment industry. She's also an entrepreneur. She runs her own business. She's making mad bank, doing her own ting to her own tings. It's Cherie DeVille. How are you, Cherie?
Stuff in my holes every day, enjoying myself, yes.
There we go. Straight in with the stuff of the holes. I feel like that's quite festive, though, isn't it? The stuffing of the holes makes me feel like...
Yeah, Christmas is always a good time of year for porn, even if you don't celebrate Christmas. Just because of the things you can do with Santa, with the naughty elves, it's really a gold mine for us.
I was just thinking more the word stuffing only brings up two images. Stuffing stockings or stuffing presents down the chimney or stuffing a turkey. It's all very festive.
All festive.
But you went straight to fucking Santa Claus.
Well, you know, this is my world. This is my brain every day trying to think of new things to entertain people with.
What other fantastical creature can I fuck?
A unicorn?
Well, would you a unicorn? You haven't fucked a unicorn yet?
No, I know.
A unicock.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of things in
That's
masks
one idea.
I've had sex with. Yeah.
You must have
many things.
It's weird because it's like cosplaying.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely very nerdy in some respects as well. And I think because, let's be honest, the nerd community, we probably keep the porn industry alive to some extent, don't we?
Well, you know what? I think they used to, but now all these millennials get all their porn for free. So it's a bit more of a hustle. But yeah, thank God for nerds.
But it's finding different ways to monetize your shit.
Absolutely. So that's where the girls have to get creative.
I'm assuming everything you upload to Pornhub. In fact, I know this is true because, I know you and I know a few other actresses. And, per views you get on Pornhub, you get some money for that. Exactly. Also, I think I probably know, and this is across all my friends, and we're very new friends. We've only ever hung out once or twice. Yeah. But across all my friends, I know more about what you or Danny Daniels or Tanya Tate or Sophie D are up to on a daily basis than about any of my other friends.
Because we have to publicize it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
I hate myself. I look back at my story and I'm like, ugh. I think it's my age group, though.
In fact, I think I've seen a video of you going, ugh.
For sure.
Specifically.
Yeah. Maybe or maybe not about social media.
It was a Santa Claus video.
I like that. But like Danny, the social media comes so naturally, and I think it's her age. She doesn't have to, I mean, she does work at it. She's brilliant at what she does, but it flows from her more naturally. Me, I actually have a whiteboard with a social media schedule because it is unnatural.
You see my whiteboard by the kitchen.
I like whiteboards.
I have
like a man with a whiteboard.
There you go. I don't think a woman's ever said that.
Well, there you go. It's a first. Yeah.
Ladies, if you're watching, if you're single, you're looking.
He's got a big whiteboard.
And I have 3 different colored pens for it. And a wiper.
Stop.
An eraser, a giant eraser. It's kind of weird because I'm with you on that. Even as comedians, this is why. I mean, I talked to Tanya. She came on the podcast a while back, and we talked about the fact that there's a lot of crossover in porn, comedy, musicians, anything in nightlife, bartenders, anyone who's like in that kind of other realm, that other world.
And I think part of it is because they're more accepting. You know, I think that the people that end up hanging out with us adult entertainers have to be kind of cool because, you know, we have a little bit of a social stigma wrapped around us.
Sure.
So, yeah.
But the old, the social media element of it, like I'm with you. I'm 34 and I hate doing social media.
I feel weird taking a selfie. It makes me blush a little every time. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm that girl.
But it's a necessary evil.
Absolutely.
More so for you, I think, than me as a comic. Like, but
no, even for a restaurant. I mean, you have to be on social media now.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking depressing? Isn't it depressing? If you could, like...
It's weird.
I mean, it's... Yeah, because they're not buying an audience for you, for instance, and an audience for me as a comic. Very similar in the sense they're buying into you.
Yes.
They're not buying into just some more porn.
Right.
They want to go, oh, I want to have a connection with Cherie. I want to feel like she...
So it makes it more difficult performing, you know, like Tanya's performed through the 90s and early 2000s where that didn't exist. And
she did it back when there was when Big Bush was in.
Big Bush.
I don't know if that's true.
Big Bush is in now.
Fucking meaty muff.
Yes.
Yeah. Topiary. She used to do it like a topiary and do it in different shapes.
Right?
That was her shtick.
That was her thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you used to have to just perform, and now you have to be this character.
Yeah,
you know, on film and out of film. It's kind of, you know, it's different. It's more. I have to
say, because I see so much. I sent you a text the other day or a DM the other day because it was middle of the afternoon, and what does a comedian do in the middle of the afternoon?
Yeah,
jacks off, right?
Sure,
have a little relaxation, and I went to Pornhunter. And the first video that came up, #1 trending in America, was you and some girl fucking your son or stepson, as per, you know,
that's
my son.
Pretty much all of my films, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fucking stepchildren.
Thank God, all the way to the bank. Well, because I'm older. You know, this whole MILF market opened up somewhat recently. Older women in porn didn't exist.
But do you remember
thank God for
first of all,
taboo.
you're not an older woman. I guess in the porn standards, maybe you
could
see yourself
in the porn industry, yeah. You used to have to legitimately be in your 20s to have a good career in porn, and now you can be in your 40s and older and like be crushing it. Yeah.
But why does it have to be like this kind of... This is the thing that never... And you're talking to, as you know, a very sexually progressive individual. You know, I'm very pro-sex worker, I'm pro-filthy fetish, whatever you're into, as long as you're not hurting anyone. It's all, you know, everyone's on board with it and they're agreeing to it, then why not? But I don't understand why America is so consumed with fucking their children.
I don't know, right? I hope it's just because it's pushing some sort of taboo envelope and not because everyone actually fantasizes about their like biological relatives, but who the fuck knows?
But that taboo comes from somewhere. Comes from somewhere.
Is it that it's a desire, or is it just that it's naughty?
No, I think it's a desire for people. And it fucks me off because when I come to Pornhub and I'm just like, I want to look at MILF in some lingerie, having sex with her son's best friend maybe.
Sure.
Or the milkman came over. And,
just some naughty housewife,
Boom, naughty America style, old school, right? And then I go on there, and then because of all the trending shit, it's all like, mother fucks naughty son, drains son's cock with auntie.
Always.
And I'm like, come on, man. How am I meant to call my mum after that?
I know. I don't know. How many
maintain
loads
an
can
erection
you
when I've
blow
already
before?
come to it. It's too much.
Before it's awkward to call your mom. You should calculate it.
Yeah, it's even more awkward when I call her during, obviously. But
yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like a... I don't even know. I think it's a serious fetish in this country.
Oh my God, yes. All the way to the bank.
The only one that makes sense to me would be brother-sister porn. And
that makes more sense.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because 200 years ago, 300 years ago, people fucked their sisters and stuff. Like
for sure.
monarchs were like, or they fucked their first cousins and they go, oh yes, keep
always
the land
keep
in
the
family.
Yeah.
You shall have sex with your youngest sister, blah, blah, blah. No, maybe I'm messing the timelines up a little bit, but it was a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, it was relatively recently in human history. Yeah.
But that Oedipus, although fuck it, Oedipus complex, that's Grecian, right?
Yeah.
You know, so the Oedipus complex certainly wasn't having sex with his mum. It was like he was in love with his mum, and then he murdered him. And then he took his father's eyes out, didn't he? Killed his father.
He wanted to be the man for the mom. Yeah.
And I get that. That's like a very animalistic, primal thing.
Yeah, I guess it's been going on forever. And then I think like The Graduate and other movies really made it like the whole like acronym MILF in the American culture.
Yeah.
And then once it's a hashtag, now you can make porn for it.
Is there any kind of
once
porn
you can look it up
that you would categorically just go, you know what? And I'm not talking about necessarily, you know, like scat and yellow
and
brown.
Right, yeah.
But I mean like specifically just going, okay, here's the scenario, here's the storyline, and you would just go, nah, not into that.
Not yet.
Really?
Not. You know what? I can. A lot of people draw lines all different places, but I'm acting. If what I do is giving somebody with that fetish pleasure, go for it.
Oh, also,
I'll take it seriously.
I'm going to say this near the top as well. You do act. You do act.
Well, I know not like the mainstream people, but to make these fetishes come to life, you got to try. Yeah.
You actually have acting chops, and it's awkward when I've seen something that you've been. I mean, like, I clicked on that video.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
I looked in and I was like, this is quite funny.
I hope so. I'm good at what I do. I hope so.
But I watched it because I thought it'd be amusing and I knew you were coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to masturbate.
Yes.
And but
maybe not in that order, but yes.
No, it was 100% in that order. I didn't actually masturbate to it, but I did watch it.
Right.
And it was amusing watching you have acting chops. I'm not saying you're going to win an Oscar.
No, I don't think
so. You know, fist in anus 7. But what I'm saying is you actually are performing well. And then you're alongside, I won't say which one it was, but in that particular video, you're alongside someone who, bless them, felt like they couldn't deliver a line even if it was, you know, written on the other person's body and coached for hours.
It's so true.
How do you get through that? Because when you're an actor in a scene with a bad actor,
really long. Because I mean, in porn, we don't take as many takes as they do in mainstream to get it right. But for example, I was on a Brazzer set once at the beginning of my career.
Okay.
And bless her heart. So first, they're trying to, I don't know if these people know, but they're trying to film us both at the same time, right? Saying our lines to each other. She doesn't know her lines. That immediately doesn't work.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna tell her line
also,
and have her say
how many lines are we saying? Like
a sentence, like a very short sentence, right? Feed her line.
Her line.
That doesn't work. Yeah. Then they're going to film my face while she reads her script. That doesn't work. They just gave up. We had sex.
That's really bad, isn't it? That's really bad.
Yeah, but it happens like that on different levels. Usually the problem is people just can't memorize their stuff. Like I have 20 pages to memorize for tomorrow, but thank God I have a really good memory, so it's not hard for me.
You have 20 pages.
Yeah.
To learn for a scene tomorrow.
For tomorrow, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, not in porn. I mean, you probably do a page a day in mainstream, but in porn, we just got to whip through like hours of film in a day.
Are we talking like back and forth dialogue constantly?
Yeah.
That's quite a lot for like one day shoot.
Yeah.
20 pages.
Yeah, it's a feature. So usually like the little things you see are just like what we call vignettes, like a page of dialogue, 2 pages of dialogue. But yeah,
you're talking feature-length
for the movie
format.
Where they imagine that the dialogue is more important than
what's
the sex.
The scenario? What's the premise? Can you tell me?
I am a divorced lady and I'm hiring a prostitute woman at the encouragement of another lesbian friend of mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you excited about it?
I am. Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
I feel like there's got to be a fun element.
I also walk in on my son and his classmate at one point in the film.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah. She's got a load on her face.
Him and his classmate.
I know.
They're always doing that.
They're
classmates just jizzing on each other's faces.
Just jizzing on each other's faces.
When mum's in the next room.
In my house.
I do think there's 2 sort of formats for pornography. Or, well, 3. There's just fucking.
Yes, gonzo.
Then there's humor in it, you know, which is quite nice, which you seem to excel at. That seems to be your...
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are really fun.
And then there's trying to be deadly serious, like very.
Oh God, and that even when like there's none of us are good enough actors for that. I'm just gonna lay that down there. Or maybe if we are, nothing else is good enough to make it work. But I don't feel like the real serious stuff works very often. I feel like it's got there's a few examples where it does, but it's rare. It's very rare.
What is it? What's missing? Just the passion for that side of it, or do you just think the ability to really give a...
I think the ability for most of us to act. I mean, none of us are, with the exception of very few people, have any training at all. You know, we just are in here to fuck.
Is there anyone
and then
in
they
porn
throw
who
words
used to be,
at us?
you know, a straight actor, I guess, or a straight, wrong word to use perhaps, a theatrical actor?
Probably. I know like Tommy Pistol does a lot of horror movies and stuff like that. There's a few of us that have crossed over. I think Asa Akira just did an episode of Family Guy.
Oh, really? Know,
so
yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, I've seen it.
But like there's some crossover, but not much that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Maybe the men more. I think there's a couple male performers that didn't quite make it as like a child actor and then ended
no
up.
one knew them as an actor, and no one knows them as an adult actor either.
Kind of, yeah.
See, that's another thing as well.
That's bad. They're like, oh, well, you're a wash-up actor. You can do porn, and then you can't do porn. That must suck.
Well, I also, like, in previous conversations, other girls have told me that there's only about 10 guys in the industry who are even used much because they can actually maintain an erection.
Incredibly difficult job as a guy.
Really?
I don't think the fans appreciate that. I think every fan legitimately thinks they can do it.
I question it.
And it's a really tough job.
I question it. So why? I question that.
Everyone does. Every man does. And yet I see guys fail.
What are they getting? What's making them lose it? Do you think? Is it the other guys in the room? Is it just the pressure of having to make sure they maintain an erection for that long? I think it's a lot of things.
You know, maybe I think probably different guys are in different headspaces. Maybe it's other people telling them exactly what to do. Like maybe like your body can fuck all night long, but like you don't realize it, but you have a pattern, or like maybe you're losing it, so you go to a certain position. Well, that's not an option in film.
Yeah.
In some films you're gonna do 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this followed by 3 minutes and 30 seconds, like, you know, whether or not that's what your body wants to do, and you're doing it in positions that are not like if you're fucking someone, your dick and pussy are like, you know, going the same way.
I've done it at least once or twice,
right.
Yeah.
But on film, it's like you're kind of at a 45-degree angle, so things aren't even as comfortable. I think a lot of people just can't maintain, other people.
I don't think I can maintain erection if I had to do, in certain states, you have to wear condoms, right?
Oh, for wicked pictures, not like states, but certain companies.
Oh, really? And in Europe as well. I couldn't do that if I had to wear a condom. I wouldn't be able to maintain erection.
I don't take many condom scenes, though. I hate them. They're awful.
Yeah.
They tear me up. It's bad. Yeah. Condoms.
I think there's like I understand the headspace, but I think because I'm a voyeur as well, that's part of my fetish. That the idea of people, maybe it's because I'm a performer. Yeah. The idea of people watching me fuck.
Yeah. I like
fun.
That too.
That's fun. So
Same.
I'm like, yeah, look how hard my dick
is.
Steve, look how hard my dick
is. Hey, put down the boom. Look how hard my dick is. Yeah.
We're fucking right now, guys. We're doing this.
But like, what if you thought the girl was ugly, or she was a bitch,
you know,
or she smelled bad?
Smelly vagina.
It's going to happen.
Bad smells. Well, we discussed
it's going to happen.
When we went to the Pornhub Awards together. We won't say who, but again, you've come across a couple of people where you've been like,
some stinkers, yeah.
How the fuck do they have an industry, like have a job?
That's a really good question. You know, luckily, a lot of people get, you know, I think the average length of stay for a woman in porn is either 4 or 6 months. I can't remember.
Are you serious?
But they go through people fast. So I think you get rid of most of those people. But if you have this like rare combination of unbelievable like sluttiness or unbelievable beauty, they're like, oh, she smells, but damn, she's hot, or damn, she's slutty. So they give her a few more scenes.
Nah, that's inexcusable. That's
agree.
Inexcusable. Even if I get into an Uber and the guy fucking stinks, I'd be like, bruv,
I'm out.
You got there's a 3-star for you, my friends.
Yeah. Well, I'll take girls into the restroom and douche them, but it doesn't always help. Yeah.
But why?
BV.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Bacterial vaginosis.
Right, but they should not come to work.
Yeah.
And shit happens. Actually, I'm not saying stuff doesn't happen, but don't come to work.
I'm going to say this. There was not the girl that I'm spending time with now, but a previous girl definitely had bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah.
And I also, by the way, I would say like 99.9% of men certainly, but most women probably don't even know what the fuck that is, or don't really.
If you smell like a turtle tank, you have it. If you're itchy, something's wrong. Like, period.
But often with a lot of women, it's not even itchiness or anything. It's just like a smell. It's like smell and taste, but they don't think it's about.
Yeah.
No, that's just how I am. Anyway, this girl, she was very hippy dippy and very much, and she's a dancer actually, and blah blah. And she was like. And we had sex the first couple of times. It was awesome. And now I've also known in the past that when you fuck someone new, and if they're particularly hung, then sometimes that can cause your bacteria to fuck around inside of your vagina.
And
it's
just
very, very reactive,
right? PHs. Like, there are some performers that my body just, like, I love them, but my body hates them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so the third time we had sex, I was like, oh, there was a bit of an odor.
Yeah.
Fourth time there was again. And I'd already, with 2 previous girls, gone through the process of finding out that's what it was. So I said to her, like, hey, listen, I think you might have. I'm not trying to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I really enjoy having sex with you. I really enjoy the connection we're having. But I think you might have bacterial vaginosis, blah, blah, because there's a little bit of an odor. And I did it in a very kind way. And she was like, no, there's not. She was so fucking annoyed with me. She went away. She said, I'm going to go and get a test, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
test. I said, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then she was waiting for it. And then the next time I said, she was like, is there still a smell? I said, babe, there is. And I know it's that thing. She was like, okay, well, no, it's not that. It's not that. You know what it is? I've started to drink now this cumin and ginseng and blah, blah, blah. And that's going to change it. And it's all natural. Anyway, I went, all right, it's not it. Yeah. She goes to the fucking, gets the results back from the gynecologist. 100% bacterial vaginosis. Of course
it is. It's just not natural. You aren't supposed to smell like that.
And she told me, her whole argument was, you think you're going to know my body better than me? And I was like,
know girls.
It's not about your body. It's about fucking hundreds of women.
It's vaginas.
And knowing vaginas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do know more vaginas than you. 100%.
A lot of women, trust me, even women in the sex industry who you think would be most like in tune with their vaginas. I know, most. I was going to say more, and then I said most, and it came out like moose.
I thought you were from Wisconsin or something secretly.
Most? I know. That'd be awesome. Anyway, yeah, they don't even know the vaginas. So like if professionals don't know their vaginas, yeah, how can civilians?
And actually though, but I'm questioning how they can get away with that and how they don't know that. But then that's the same as a stand-up comedian getting on stage and just not being very fucking funny.
That happens a lot.
And you're like, how do they do this?
Who hired him?
They come off stage and they're like, killed it, nailed it. You're like,
well, that's even worse. Right? If they came off and they were like, ooh, I really need to work on it, you'd be like, yeah, bro, it's cool though. You know?
Have you ever given that like after sex scene speech to another actress and being like, she's like, that was so good, wasn't that great and sexy? And you're like, listen, we need to talk about your vagina. It's like,
oh, I say it ahead of time. Because they do like sex stills first usually. So if there's something going on, I'm like, we're going into the bathroom, girl.
You know what I've never done? Actually, I've never actually had the conversation of being talked through what a general shoot is. Can you tell me what it is?
Well, I mean, everything's different, but normally you come in, you sit down in hair and makeup, you get finished with that. You take the photographer will take pictures of you from clothed to nude, and then usually
posing, obviously,
posing, looking nice, whatever. Then usually by that time the male talent shows up. So if you have dialogue, you'll shoot all of your dialogue. You'll take pictures of the dialogue. Lord knows why. Then
because that's what we want to see. We really just want to know that you guys are really truly friends.
All these pictures where the person's like that's all the dialogues.
Okay.
You know, where you over exaggerate. That you've seen those. So dialogue stills, then sex stills. So pictures of what you're going to do when you're having sex.
That happens before you've even started having sex.
Yeah, and the cum shot happens before sex.
Really?
Not the real one from the guy, but every time you've ever seen a picture of a woman with cum on her face, it's Cetaphil.
Yeah.
Well, or there's a few other things.
A sugary. There's a sugary paste that girl uses. I knew a makeup artist who worked in porn.
Yeah, so then they do that so that the cum shot looks really big and good, even if it doesn't end up being that way.
Sure.
And then you shoot the scene.
But then they have to clean that up and redo your makeup.
Yeah, a little touch up.
God, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of parts to it, moving parts, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then you do the sex scene.
And then you do the sex scene.
And then the sex scene will run like how? They'll go like, literally director, crew, all around. They go, all right, Cherie, you're going to start off sucking his dick.
Yes.
And whilst you're doing stuff and you're just starting to get into it, do they then go in and go, all right, Cherie, can you do me a favor? Just lick the balls a bit more?
All the time. Yeah, they'll be, open up. We can't see your pussy. Go in with the pussy light. You know, telling the lighting, fixing lighting.
There's a dedicated pussy light?
Yes, there is. Yeah, I think it's really called the C light, but everyone calls it the pussy light. And like the low PA on the totem pole is always the guy with the baby wipes, like passing baby wipes to the performers, and he has the pussy light and the baby wipes.
Are you fucking... So
and
that's
maybe the lube.
The fluffer guy we think of is actually the
baby wipes,
the pussy light, and the baby wipe.
Squirting lube.
Please tell me he has like one of those utility belts,
sometimes
like fucking Batman.
Lube. Yeah, sometimes they do. And if your hands are messy, sometimes they have to come in and squirt the lube on the genitals for you.
Because you're just like...
things are, you can't get up and take the dick out and put the lube on. Like, you just got to get the lube on. That kills
me, actually, when watching pornography. When you can tell, I'm like, a girl's pretending like she's really having a great time, but there's no
you got to pre-lube. That's just being a professional.
So you will put lube inside your vagina prior to starting, just make sure.
Well, for pictures, actually. Because when I'm doing spread shots for pictures, I want to look horny. I'm not horny taking pictures. I want a wet vagina in pictures. So they're like, damn, she's so horny.
You're not constantly horny all day, every day.
Believe it or not all day, every day.
Stop it.
My brand is dying. No.
The fourth wall has just been destroyed.
Yeah.
Which is actually the vagina wall.
Is that the vagina wall?
The fifth wall is the vagina wall. No. There you go. Nailed it. All right. Yeah, that's the title of the podcast. Done. The fifth wall. Wow. So you'll use the lube as
to make it look, shine it up. That's what I say, or spit on it, shine it up. Even the photographer will be like, "Girl, shine it up." You know, you want a little something down there.
I want to find an excuse.
It'd be like taking a picture of a limp cock. Nobody wants that.
No one wants that.
No one wants a photo of a limp dick.
Well, I mean, depends. If it's part of a set that you're selling to a lover.
Oh, a set, like a before and after?
I've definitely done shots. I never send just like a picture of a dick. If I'm going to send an image, at some point when my career is
blasted, or do you slap it a few times?
Well, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I do. Here's what I would do is I do the first, I always take full body shots because that's what stimulates me. I don't like just seeing a picture of a vagina or a picture of breasts.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah, I want to see in someone's eyes. It's very connected.
I'm with you, but a lot of guys are like show bobs.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But like for me, so I'll do like I'll be like in the mirror looking at the thing, and kind of tugging my shirt, and then it like maybe putting the thing down. So the penis might start pretty like limp, but not small, but limp.
Right.
And then
the magic. Is there a song? Do you send the song to the girl?
Yeah,
and then the picture?
I actually score classical music for every set I send through.
Stop it.
I do it as a slideshow.
Is it? It's like the memories on your iPhone.
On iMovie.
Yeah.
Have credits at the end.
Oh my God, I love
Camera
it.
work. Jeff Leach.
Is it all Jeff Leach, or is there like other people in there?
Pussy lighting. Steve,
yes. Who's Steve?
I can't give away my secrets. Yeah, baby whites.
Also
charming,
Steve,
charming. And then you build up to it. That's so funny though that you have to like. This is all the shit.
Well, you don't have to, and a lot of girls don't. But I feel like as a professional,
you want to shine.
Always gonna look shiny. That's right.
Shiniest pussy in the business.
That's right. Shiniest vagina in the biz.
Have you won any awards that have?
I have.
Okay, tell me the awards you got.
Unfortunately, I don't have shiniest pussy in the vag. Yet. I have MILF Performer of the Year like a bazillion times. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when did you have that moment, that realization when you go, oh, I'm MILF now. I'm a MILF.
Well, I came into the business as a MILF. I was in my 30s when I started porn. I've only been doing porn 8 years.
Oh, fuck yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
But 8's quite a long time.
For porn.
Based on...
For the adult industry, it's a very long time.
4 to 6 months as a general lifespan of a porn actress.
Yeah.
How's it changed in that time, do you think, in 8 years?
Way more online. Way more of my income comes from myself.
That's the obvious shit.
Yeah. But I make more of my money for myself, where before... all of my money came from me being hired by other people.
Come and do the shoot. Here's a couple of $1,000 to come and shoot with us.
Yeah, now the balance is way more me creating my own income and content, and then shooting to maintain my name instead of shooting to maintain my income and trying to collect content.
That's true of every entertainment industry. Musicians, it's like, oh, I'll get my SoundCloud up, and then boom, 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 I'm getting my money from my views, and I'll sell my own merch and blah, blah, blah. But then going and doing that records where I'm paid a set fee or whatever, that's for that. Same with comedy. Now it's like I just need to get booked on a couple of big shows to have my name.
Exactly.
And then I make money on the ticket sales or on the downloads of my new special.
Or on your new fame from the show. You know, selling your own stuff because you got that. Like I might get paid X amount on set tomorrow, but it's really, doing a big feature, maintaining my name, maintaining my status in porn with the fans.
And then you can sell 100 pair of panties that you stuffed inside of yourself.
Exactly. I did that today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I saw it.
I went to the mall and I put some panties in my vagina.
I saw.
Yeah.
This is the thing as well. It's not strange for me because of that. I wonder if a lot of in fact, I want to talk about friends because I have a certain complete... sorry, I can't even get my words out. I have a complete boundary that I'm able to put up between sex and friendship. Mm-hmm. So I can appreciate someone sexually. I can look at my friends and go, beautiful, sexy person. I can watch you fuck or be fucked and be like, pretty cool, but you're my bud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do the same thing. And vice versa. But a lot of people can't differentiate between those two things. They can't separate them, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's always been easy for me.
But then, so when I look on social media...
Or I can have friends like... Actually, I was talking to someone about that today. I've had sex with all of my best friends, and like it's not weird. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think some people just have weird hang-ups about sex. Whether I am or am not having sex with my friends is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had friendships suffer because they just went, I just can't differentiate, you and the porn actress role.
I remember when I first got together with my current boyfriend.
Yeah.
Man, I'm fucking boyfriend.
He's a boyfriend. He's a brofriend.
My best friend, Aaliyah Love, was like, I think we had been dating like 3 months, and she came to me and she was really hurt and offended. And she's like, I want to talk to you about something. Do you guys not find me attractive? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I love you. We have sex all the time. Like, I love you. Well, why haven't we had a threesome yet? Like, she was fucking offended and pissed.
Yeah, I was
so like it just depends on your friend group. You know what I mean?
Very hurt.
Yeah, very offended. Yeah.
I don't even want you. I just want this fella. He's got such a handsome boy. Got such a sweet face.
I know.
Rock star as well. Love that.
See.
Yeah. And so she was upset for the opposite reason.
She was very upset. She was offended. She thought that we didn't like her.
But prior to porn and then moving into pornography, I'm assuming you had friends that predated your work as an adult actress.
God, yeah.
And how have they found that transition to go, oh, this is what my friend does now?
Some good, some hard. Some people tried to talk me out of it. But I think it helped that I started in my 30s and had like a whole other career. So people were more comfortable that I was comfortable with who I was, if that makes sense. Like if I had started at 18, I think close friends and family would have been more trying to stop me for sure.
Sure.
Do you know
is this what you really want?
Right. Are you
Why
sure?
are you doing
You're
this?
18.
What's the reason?
Have you even thought about it? You know?
Yeah, you don't know shit about life at 18 anyway, really.
I agree.
So.
Yeah.
Whereas,
so I
30,
think
you're a woman,
it was
you know you're a
much easier transition for me than it is for some of my colleagues where you hear horror stories because of my age.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like, she's fine.
It's quite unique. It's quite unique to do it that way around.
Yeah.
What did you do prior to pornography?
Well, prior and still, I'm a physical therapist.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's all right.
Yeah. It's a good job.
Stretching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, look at you. I've done so much physical therapy.
So much. I can imagine. Yeah.
Because like as soon as the director finds out that I do it, then I do the porn because I can like be a little more legitimate with the dialogue, you know, improving the dialogue. So then the directors want me to do it, and
when you can actually use the correct muscle terminology and stuff like that.
I think it helps people jerk off better when you pronounce it properly.
Super splanatus. Let me just put my pussy on it. Really, on my shoulder? Yeah, let's do that.
Trust me. I'm a professional.
Up to the super splanatus.
Yes.
Wow, that would be so fucking. What's the craziest fucking pornography shit you've ever done?
Well, I didn't win, but last year I was nominated for Most Outrageous Sex Scene, and that scene included me as the dominatrix. I was working for a company called Kink.
I know Kink.
They do BDSM stuff. One of my
a girl that I used to hook up with, like, she done a lot of stuff with Kink.
I love that. I love them so much. I just started doming for them like a couple years ago. I used to only be a sub for them. But anyway, so I was doming. I had this guy, and I think there's so many outrageous things, but I think it was like, I like to say things to people while I'm having sex. I'm like really, 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 really verbal.
Now, when you're dominating for King, are you like pegging him or are you just beating the shit
I was
out of
pegging him. I was beating him. I took, do you know what sounding rods are?
No.
Yeah. Oh, you're so cute.
I can't believe I don't know what's... Oh, fuck off. Like, I know what pegging is. I know all my other stuff.
I'm kidding.
What's the sound?
Most guys aren't into it anyway. So basically, it's really a set of these sterilized silver, they almost look like needles,
they go into
right?
Your pee hole.
And they go into the dick, and then you take the tuning fork and you ding.
So you put it inside the pee hole, the urethra, ding, and then you ding ding.
Yeah,
but they are different
all the
sizes.
While, talking some mean shit.
I've seen something.
I dressed
like
him up as a bunny rabbit, made him my little pet. Yeah, it was a good scene. Yeah.
So you turned a man's penis into a human glockenspiel.
Yeah, oh my god.
That's fucking beautiful.
I love that.
Okay, so here's the scene that I can see you doing now. This is going to revolutionize the entire pornography
I'm ready.
industry.
Should I get like a pen and paper?
You'll remember it. You're going to get 6 guys that are comfortable with what is called a sounding rod.
Yes.
You're going to get 6 guys with a sounding rod. You already know where I'm going with this. You're going to have different size sounding rods in each of them. And you're going to line their dicks up and you're going to play a song. Come on, that would be simultaneously the most fucking outrageous, but also most hilarious sex scene of all time.
I can make that happen.
Fucking do it, dude.
I can make that happen and send it to you. I can make that happen.
Well, I don't
Patrice Madeline, we're going to make this happen.
This is not for me. This is for
him.
This is definitely not for me. This is for the joy of comedy meets pornography.
Which is like the best.
How fucking good would that be?
Porn is funny anyway.
But you'd have to learn, like, you'd have to put in some real time to learn.
I'm going to learn.
No, to learn a tune.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A real tune. Something, yes. Just have them all hold, yes.
Have you ever seen one of those videos, on YouTube where they're like,
the cups,
licks all the different cups. And
I'll dress up like in a gown, and they can have top hats,
bow tie.
Yeah,
and you have a tuning. You have your tuning stick, and it's the orchestra of the orchestra of cocks, or the orchestra of rods.
I love it. Yes.
I want 20%.
Kink
20%. When you make that.
It'll be like 10 million views on Pornhub. How much money are you making, bitch?
Who writes the scripts for pornography?
You know what? A lot of people in Montreal.
Really? Mm-hmm. Those Canadians. They pretend like they're all sweet and innocent, but they're fucking perverts. Dirtbags, aren't they?
They are. Dirty, dirty dirtbags. Well, most of the porn companies are owned by the same people that live in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got bought out. Like, most companies got bought out by the Manwin MindGeek Corporation maybe like 8 years ago or so.
So you're saying most pornography companies on the internet are owned by one carpet blanket?
Now, yes.
The Illuminati of pornography.
It didn't used to be, but first they got all this Pornhub money and they were driving everyone out of business. So the companies were dying, so they bought them all cheap and built them back up with their Pornhub money. And then, yeah, here we are now.
That's so interesting, isn't it? A conglomerate that is basically controlling all the pornography scene.
Yeah.
So it's probably
all the writers. I've been to the corporate office in Montreal.
Office?
I'm the best, aren't I?
I love how today, yeah.
I'm your best.
I have that effect on everyone. Don't worry, it's fine.
Ever.
Just that song.
Yeah, it's like all these, I think it's like 3 or 4 stories of like writers. I mean, just like huge corporate spaces with people just tapping away and editing porn and doing everything. How have they not gotten
better at writing it?
Stop it.
I'm not being an arsehole. I'm being honest. There's not. There's some like. Look, for instance, we started this podcast. Well, actually, before we started the podcast, so that you can hear my stomach, not your stomach. Before we started the podcast, you were talking about how you love playing Skyrim, and I was on Elder Scrolls Online as well.
Yeah.
But so you're a gamer geek too. That whole world of fantasy, there is so much wonderful, I think, scope for wonderful pornography that would make huge amounts of money for people. But I guess maybe the art of big concept, well-written, scripted pornography is no longer worth anything to the industry. It's
tough. People
want 6-minute videos they can jack off to and then fucking go about their day. Or, like you said earlier, women in the industry go, I'd rather control all of my own content. I can make 3 videos a day, sell them for fucking $10 a pop to 1,000 fans who are going to buy it. And then you go, I just made 10 grand just by jerking off in a public restroom today.
The budgets are less. The acting skills aren't good enough to do a lot of those projects. But there are some people like the whole like Girls Way Corporation and Brie Mills.
What's that?
It's like Girls Way, but they do puretaboo.com and a bunch of other stuff. They're really serious about their script writing, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, there's not as much like big features as there used to be. Yeah.
It's a lost art form, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's not as much money. Did you ever see the Pirates of the Caribbean parody? Or
no.
Back in the day when, like, in the early 2000s, there was huge budget, like helicopters and flames and, like, all kinds of stuff.
I've seen, like, a Game of Bones, Game of Thrones, Game of Bones one. I've seen like some kind of elf getting fucked by, brigands or whatever. Yeah. I've seen a lot of, I've looked for that stuff because, I go, I want a fucking elf chick.
Hell yeah.
Definitely want a fucking chick who's dressed up like
an elf. They have an Avatar one.
Yes, I've seen that, where her vagina, as the scene goes on, more of the surrounding area of a vagina. They should have redone the fucking paint.
Over and over and over and over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just wasn't good paint, I guess.
Maybe a little bit of blue food dye, or just either side of the labia. Keep that bit really blue, and then the rest will be...
just stain her.
Come on, if you're getting paid decent money for like a couple of weeks.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's budget and acting skills and... I don't know. Because if the scriptwriter wrote a great script, what good would it do if no one could memorize it?
Yeah, fair.
Do you know
it's
what
the
I mean?
same as like movies in Hollywood, though. They become more and more and more CGI, which is why I think, like, being a sort of bit of a nerd culture geek, one of the best, if not the best, I think, superhero movies come out for almost a decade was Logan.
Yeah.
Because there was CGI, of course. There were these big fight scenes, but it was such a small part of what the movie was. The movie was this incredible script.
It was acting.
About 2 friends growing old and realizing they don't have the power to change things anymore.
That was like a good movie.
Fucking awesome,
wasn't it? That was a really good movie.
Cried my eyes out like 5 times during it.
Yeah.
Really, really went for
Talking about CGI, what about the deep fake porns?
Oh yeah. I saw an Emma. What's her name? Emma Watson.
Ooh, I haven't seen one yet. I think Naughty America takes custom orders for them though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought they were banned. I thought it was banned. I thought it was illegal to make them about celebrities and stuff.
It might be illegal to make them about celebrities, but that doesn't mean like it's illegal. Like maybe someone wants to put their face on my body or
really?
Yeah. So a lot of performers are having to rewrite their contracts because like when I film a scene, I just like I give away all the rights to the scene, but I didn't know that could be incorporated until recently. So now I'm like
in perpetuity throughout the universe and own universe.
Yeah.
Is it possible for them to have my face on the head of the penis that you're
probably
so every time
so
you'll
like,
be riding
and, like, wee,
and then you come out and I'd be like and it goes back in again. I
think so
yeah or every time it goes back in I just like that disappear.
That's an investment that I think you should make.
Do you reckon because I feel like Burning Angel did this a little bit. They started out trying to be like a pornographic Suicide Girls because I think she used to be ex-Suicide Girl, right? And but then they started to put quite a bit of humor into a lot of their scenes.
She's fucking funny, Joanna.
Funny chick. I've never actually met her. I know we have mutual friends.
Yeah.
The girl I used to spend time with was Dana Diarmond, but back when I was like 19. But she's fucking nuts. I know you won't have a comment about her. But
I don't know her, but she's always been sweet to me.
Sure, she's sweet to everyone. I'm sure she's a great girl, but she was quite an intense woman back then. I was a fucking emo kid, you know. Like we were.
She's intense now. Like I remember, you know, just because she's been in porn longer than I have. The first time I worked with her, I was definitely intimidated because she does have a strong presence.
Sure. And I know she loves doing comedy. She's like very much into the comedy world.
Funny, yeah.
But what I think could be potentially missing, and maybe it already exists, is like just one home of comedy porn. It's just
Brazzers. Don't you think? It's all tongue in cheek.
Like Bang Bus and all that shit. And is that owned by Brazzers or not?
No, I think that's Bang Bros. But Brazzers is really like tongue in cheek, like everything's over the top, big over the top.
Is that the one with the sitcom, the comedy sitcom, where it's like the family, you know, keep it in the family? There's
like I did a Jerry Springer parody for them once, where I was like the white trash mom, and my daughter was super embarrassed, and like the host, we ended up fucking him. You know, it's just really silly. I know, right?
This weekend.
I think it was called Dr. Isaiah.
Dr. Isaiah.
I think.
I didn't even know that existed. Oh, fuck it. It's all been done, hasn't it?
But you know what I mean? Yeah.
How do you spend your time when you're not making this? Because it seems like, based on the social media, I realize some of the videos might be reposted. Some of the stuff.
Never. Me?
Well, I mean,
just kidding.
Look,
Yeah,
at least
totally,
like Sophie.
absolutely
I said to Sophie, I was like, Sophie, I was like, babe, I know you're selling your stuff, and she at her level, when she's got 6 million people,
Sophie's on another level.
Yeah, she doesn't have to even think about doing.
She could like take a picture of her nostril and sell it. Like she's at that level, honestly.
But she would every day. I go on and I click through the Insta stories, and because you girls post so much fucking content, like 20 little videos, 20 little 10 seconds video every fucking day from all of you. It gets very tiring. I have to like just skip.
I understand. I do it too, and they're my friends, and I can't.
It's even worse when you're sat on the plane like I was today, flying back from Dallas, and I'm sat next to an old lady and a kid, and I'm like looking at my Insta. No, I'm looking at my Twitter, and I just went like that, and then as soon as I opened Twitter, the first photo that came out was Danny Daniels fingering her own arsehole. That just came out like, just sold a video. Tight butt receives full hands or 4 fingers or whatever. And I was like,
oh, 4 fingers. Good job, Danny.
Kid loved it. Kid loved it. There you go, kid. Take that to the toilet. Bring it back. Don't you fucking get that sticky. You bring that phone back in a minute. Granny was angry. She was in it. But it's like...
Yeah. Nursing home orgies.
Because you put so much content out.
So much.
I go, okay... Well, let's look at it like a normal job, a 9-to-5 job. Wake up in the morning, have your breakfast, you know, give your boyfriend a kiss, have a nice little chat about what you've been up to. You know, what are you up to? All right, Bloody, you enjoy what you're doing. I'm going to get on with my thing.
Yeah.
And then is it literally go, okay, now I need to do a video today, and it needs to be this length.
I have 2 whiteboards, actually. One with just general to-dos that could be done at any time, and one that repeats every day. So one that I just write little dots next to, and it's for my my website and my Snapchat sales. So there are 20 different things I do for Snapchat every day that I feel I have to do for Snapchat every day.
And then when you mix into that, other shoots, Cam Soda show.
Oh, and I have to do those 20 things whether or not, like tomorrow is easily going to be a 12-hour day. I still have to do those things.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
How often do you just go, I just don't want to do anything sexual today? Can you hear my stomach?
I can.
So loud. I haven't eaten anything today.
Then I repost a show.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often does that happen though? Because it's, you know,
Rarely.
people notice stuff like that, right?
Yeah, very rarely.
They're greedy fuckers.
Like even when I was sick, like really sick, I was making myself chicken noodle soup, and so I pretended I was making my non-existent stepson chicken noodle soup, and then gave him a foot job.
What? He's not real?
I know, I'm so sorry. And then I gave him a foot job because all I could do was lay there. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, so even when I'm feeling like shit, you just make it. I bet
that did amazing though, right? That video probably did amazing.
It did great. Yeah, I had an apron, no panties. It was great, you know. Yeah.
He must find that quite nice. Your partner must enjoy that.
Yeah. If he's around, I try and use his dick as much as possible.
Is there ever a point as well? Because again, like I consider myself a pretty sexual person, but you know, there's times when I just don't want to fuck, and there's times when I, even with your partner, you're like, just not in the mood.
Yeah.
Is that a case of going, okay, well, I know I've got on speed dial, you know, these friends, these girls, these guys.
There's 100 things I can do. Yeah, like I set up shoots with other performers all the time, or like I'll pay directors to let me film on set, or all kinds of different things. Yeah, to make sure I get my stuff.
Fucking hell, it's lucrative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you become a millionaire easily in pornography?
No.
As a woman?
No, it's super rare.
See, this is where I think I have the numbers off. Yeah. Because I'm looking at it and I'm going,
I think you have more superstar friends. You have to realize there are tens of thousands of us.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I know the girls who are on My Free Cams or MFC, and then they do a private show or whatever, and they have some fans. They might have 100 to 200 fans that maybe buy some stuff or pay a $5 a month or premium Snapchat. What is that? $10 a month or whatever the fuck it is.
I charge 30, but yeah, you can charge whatever you want.
But when I look at someone like you, or I look at someone like Sophie or Danny, I'm thinking, all right, well, these girls, and Tanya, I'm like, these girls have hardcore fans. They've been in the industry for this amount of years.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and don't get me wrong, I'm not doing the impolite thing of asking someone their earnings.
Yeah.
But I'm going, in my head, I'm going, surely these girls have, let's say, on a realistic level, they might have anywhere between 200 and 1,000 really strong fans.
Easily.
Maybe more thousands.
Absolutely, yeah.
If each of those people was paying $30 a month, obviously the business that runs that shit for them, you know, what are they called? What's the company that does all your...
Sophie and I are contracted with FanCentro.
FanCentro.
Yeah.
Tons of people are. Tons of people with FanCentro. That's the big one, right?
Yeah.
Now those guys, I'm sure they're going, okay, well maybe it's even a 50-50 split. They give you the tools, no?
Yeah, we get, well, you know, I guess, I don't know what other girls get. But
what, they take more?
I'm not sure. So Sophie and I are part of the quote-unquote unicorn squad. They're contract girls, so we get a lot of benefits. They take 20%. I don't know what they take from the other girls.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. All right. So if you're getting 80% of fucking $30 times 1,000, how can you not save money and become a millionaire in like 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I know.
If you only had 1,000, you would cry. All right, but that's 20 grand a fucking month.
I know.
Just on that.
Yeah.
And then you add to that other stuff,
and my
shooting,
website,
then you have to that
selling all those
fucking
panties,
selling your own content.
Well,
on the website.
Sophie D owns the best adult auction site in the business.
Really?
Yeah. So she owns the platform that we all sell our lingerie on.
Really?
Yeah.
She's cleverly, aren't she?
She really is.
But then, all right. Well, then, in that case, let's realistically go.
But it's super rare. Most girls shoot 3 times a month and do nothing else.
Yeah, but they're not business. They don't have the business acumen.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. You're talking about if you say, do adult actresses make tons of money? No, most of them are fucking struggling, have other jobs, can't pay their rent, have a million.
How many can become? It's like anything. It's like streaming. Look, we talked about video gaming streaming again before the stream. You know, if you're on Twitch, if you're a hot girl, and if you work your fucking business,
you can
make big money. If you're one of the first creators on a platform on YouTube or whatever, you can make big money.
Big money.
But those, how I don't know. I would be surprised that you couldn't put away, you know, like a fucking $1 million.
I'm doing well. Not everyone is though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Have you ever thought, all right, there's going to be a cut-off point. There's going to be a day where I go,
absolutely.
Done, tied.
Well, not for me, but I'm going to age out of the industry. Whether I want to retire or not, it's going to happen.
Really?
I mean, like a professional athlete. Oh, I'd do it. But like even like icons like Nina Hartley don't work as much, you know, as she used to.
Yeah.
She's like...
Well, she's a lot more like an advocate and a speaker on you know, the sex industry and sex workers. And she does a lot of that kind of work now, doesn't she?
But I'm just saying... you don't last forever in an aesthetic industry, and vaginas get tired. Yeah. So it's kind of like being an athlete. You got to bank your money while you're making it. Don't spend all your money while you're making it.
What do you plan at some point? And let's assume that you're tucking away a nice amount of savings. You're playing outside of this is I guess that would be your pension plan.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For when you're not working. What would be? Is there something that drives you that you think, oh God, once I'm out of this business, I'm going to do that. Like, I don't know, some girls, I want to buy a load of horses on a ranch, and I want to or I want to start a foundation for this, or I want to form a band, whatever the fuck it is. Is there nothing that
I don't have any other thing that I'd like to be doing. This kind of is my other thing. You know what I mean? Like, I was a physical therapist, or have been a physical therapist for 18 years. Yeah. This is the crazy thing that I'm doing. This is the thing where I'm like, what how am I even still, like, it's still amazing to me that this is my job. Like, I can't believe this is my job. It's amazing.
How did that become? Because I'm assuming prior to you getting into the industry, you just like fucking, and you like being
I
a
went
little
to
freaky
swingers
deaky
clubs
and stuff.
all the time, stuff like that.
At what point did you go? Or was there one sort of, I guess, life affirming moment where you went, I want to do this as a business, and I want to do this more? Yeah,
it didn't even become a business till like 5 years ago. But anyway, I got started. So I had put my nude pictures. I was nude modeling on the weekends for money, just for extra money.
At what, nude modeling classes, that kind of thing?
Anything, yeah. Model Mayhem is like a little amateur.
I used to be on Model Mayhem.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was an alternative pinup when I was younger.
See? Oh,
yeah.
Well,
but you'll never find the photos, motherfuckers. You'll
I'm
never
gonna try.
find those photos.
I'm gonna scour.
To be real, no, because I used a whole different name and everything, and it was in America when I was English and young.
Yeah.
But there's going to be plenty of dick pics come out eventually once I'm successful enough that people want to look at them.
When you can monetize them, right?
When some chick who I used to fucking sell them for money, I'm sure she will, God, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, you should be getting some. Anyway, so I was on those sites, and I didn't think about doing porn, not because I wouldn't have wanted to, but it just seemed like how would one go about getting in the porn industry? I had no idea. My agent actually found me, and she asked.
At this point, it wasn't huge on the internet. This wasn't a big thing. It wasn't
porn.
Yeah, but was it still in that kind of? Well, there weren't sites like Pornhub. There wasn't things like that. There was.
Yeah, or if they were like in their infancy.
Okay.
So this is like 8 years ago. So it might have hit, but it certainly wasn't like Pornhub wasn't what it is now, for sure.
Because now you just get a fucking Logitech, point in the direction of you and your partner, and you fuck.
Oh, it's a whole nother level. Like camming was still, somewhat new, where there were more exclusive girls. But anyway, so my agent found me and asked if I wanted to do it, and I was blown away. I was like, what? Do what?
So this agent found your photos on a site like that and went, oh, hey.
Yeah, she's hot. Well, they're always recruiting from cam sites and Model Mayhem and Sexy Jobs and wherever else they can. Yeah, all the agencies scour and have headhunters that scour. So anyway, they contacted me, and I did not think I was going to go like do porn like this. I thought I was going to go shoot some films and then be like, look at the shit Nana did when she was younger. Just like to do. Just like,
whoa.
Like, do you know what I mean?
First
just to have like.
I love the idea that would be something you would show your grandchildren.
Right? Like the one of the, come on,
Nana
that's a crazy
used to be
life
freaky.
Experience, right? Like, I feel like that seems so like different and glamorous and crazy. And like, this is when like the TV show The Girls Next Door was out, the Playboy thing. And I'm like, what? I could do that? I just wanted it like a box to check.
Right.
I did porn. That's fucking crazy. I actually did porn.
Yeah.
But then I loved it. And so I was living in Nashville. I'd come like for a week every other month. And then I was coming for a week every month. And then like 2 weeks a month. And I'm like, I have to move to LA. I can't keep going back and forth.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
And then suddenly that was your business. That was your industry.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I was just shooting for a long time. And then I'm like, this is good, but I can't like really retire off of this.
Yeah.
I need to then, look, the stigma's out. I do porn. Let's just monetize the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and you did it fortunately at a time when now it seems like girls can make a lot of money on their own if they
on our own, yeah.
If they do it the right way, if they have the business acumen.
It's a lot of fucking work, but yeah.
It's like anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's when I see those comics who are going, oh man, I do like 2 open mics a night and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but you wake up at noon, smoke some weed, you write a few jokes. how's your website looking? How much content you put up online?
What are you doing?
How are you building a fan base? How are you keeping in contact with your fans? Like, this is all part of the business.
Building your brand.
Of entertainment. Because it's entertainment.
If you don't have a brand, you don't have a business. If you do have a brand, you can go into, like Danny could go into almost any entertainment business and get her foot in the door. Exactly. Because she's a brand.
Transition into more, I guess, more, mainstream content.
Do other shit. Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's a little stigma. You mentioned stigmas a couple of times. Not just being a porn actress, but also people assume all girls who get into porn get into it because they got some fucking desperate issues.
Yes. That they're drug-addled or they have some horrible families. And I'm not saying there aren't any people with horrible families, but there are people with horrible families that I met as a physical therapist. You know what I mean?
Whereas when they get into it at 30
and
beyond, I'm assuming you didn't have some terrible
My parents are still together. They're awesome. I have a doctorate degree. Like, my life was just, simple, normal. Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah.
You must be in the minority.
I don't know. Like, Mercedes Carrera is a astrophysicist.
But not in terms of being an intelligent woman. There's a lot of intelligent people in pornography. However, what I'm saying is just kind of going, no, I got into it because I just wanted to do this thing. As opposed to,
I think more guys get into it because they just wanted to do this thing.
Yeah.
And the girls, like some girls I know were almost sex trafficked into it.
Sure.
Like, there's all the stories run the whole gambit. Yeah, from like failing as a mainstream model, not being able to do anything else, going into porn.
Meeting a guy who coerced them into something.
Anything you can think of has happened.
Having a damaged relationship to sex from childhood or whatever.
I know all of these,
Do you think that
all the different stories?
There's more protection now for performers than there was before, or more
protection?
Well, what I mean by that is maybe a support network. So if girls have got those kind of issues, then people are like, okay, well, we have a place where you can talk, or there's a therapist I can recommend, or whatever. Or as opposed to now, girls just being like, oh no, I'm just being taken advantage of. I get fucked for a couple of years. I make a little bit of money, but get kicked out to the curb.
It's getting better, but there was a bunch of suicides in the adult industry last year. So I think that kind of brought awareness in our industry to try and help each other more. And I always talk to my agent, like anytime there's a new girl in my particular agency, I like to do like the whole big sister thing. And
here's
take
some
them
do's
under
and
my
don'ts.
wing
Here's how to look after yourself.
Yeah. So I do that, and people do that individually, and there are some organizations, but it's not what it needs to be.
Well, it's like escorting, isn't it? They say like escorting or sex work of any kind. It's the oldest profession in the world, and yet there is no union.
Right, I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, maybe that's what you could do once you retire from pornography, is set up a pornography union.
I don't think anyone would join. That's the other thing.
Really?
We are like, I don't think pornographers are joiners. You know what I mean?
But here's the deal. The pornographers might not be. The directors and the producers and the people who own this shit might not want that. No fucking company wants to unionize people. None of the companies
would want us to unionize.
But if you offered that and enough women, major stars, male and female, came together and said, yeah, let's all get on board with this, wouldn't that be incredible?
There's enough of us. I mean, because I think we could unionize as an entire, like there's LA, Florida, Vegas. Or like
those are three hotspots.
Yeah, well, at least in America. If you just took all those performers, it'd be bigger than most other job unions.
Yeah.
There's so many adult performers.
Yeah, and
big enough to get health care, for example, group plans.
It could be as simplistic as, like I say, offering some health care, help with health care, giving
a lot of
legal
people don't
support.
Have health
legal
care.
Support, I got a contract for this thing, but I don't even know if it's a real, is this right? Should I be giving away these rights? Let's have a look.
Oh, that's true.
So-and-so.
All of us sign contracts every single day.
Without knowing.
Kind of. Like multiple page contracts
That's
every
scary.
time we go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a few of those.
Yeah. Where you're like all right, did you fill out your paperwork? Give me 2 hours? What? I mean,
yeah. Literally, that's it. It's like, you just got to sign here and here. I'm like, I don't know this. I don't have a law degree.
Time, yeah. At least for me to get the legalese down, it takes me a minute to figure out what's going on with those contracts.
The porn union of sexual... It needs to... The porn union... the porn union of sexual society...
Puss?
Puss. Well, pussy. It needs to be pussy, doesn't it?
I was like, puss? Where are you going with this?
We need to find it out. I should have prepared it. I'm sure I could get it.
I think we should spell out anal.
Anal. The
actors...
Adult, the
nymphomaniac.
Adult.
No, that's twice. Action.
Adult,
liaisons.
nymphomania. Association of Legality.
Of legality, yes.
Because it kind of helping you with the legal thing. Yeah, sure. Anal pussy. Anal pussy. I mean, why not?
Yes, why
Keep
not?
it fun.
Yeah.
All right. I also want to find out one little thing, that's something that maybe most people don't know about you. Because I think that everyone thinks they have a knowledge of what performers are.
Yeah.
They go, oh, yeah, well, I know she's into this, she's into that.
Sure.
But they only know one real facet of who you are.
Only what I show on social media.
Yeah.
Only what I've curated to show.
Yeah. Is there like something that's very much intrinsic to who you are as a person that has nothing to do with sex in any way, shape, or form?
Like things I like to do?
Not just that, yeah, just something maybe some people, I met people who are like, oh, I'm a passionate lover of classical music.
I used to be a professional swing dancer.
Really?
Lindy hopper, yeah. Yeah, I performed at the 50th anniversary of the Battleship
That's
Wisconsin.
so fucking embarrassing. Never tell anyone
World War II
that
Memorial.
ever again.
I'm the nerd of nerds. I was in the marching band.
You know what? When you turn up to the
I'm
Pornhub
just-
Awards with your victory curl.
Yes,
your
you
hair,
knew.
I
You
was
knew.
like, oh,
You're
she-
like that girl. Oh,
I can
but
see-
you were a rockabilly model, you said?
Yeah,
Or,
I used to have the old rockabilly quiff and
I've done
stuff.
some
Yeah,
little
but I've never done
pin-up
Lindy Hop because that's
stuff.
fucking
That's for nerds.
sad, dude.
Nerds.
What the fuck? Kill yourself. What?
Before the internet, we used to go through VHS tapes that we had to like find and archive to learn how to
How
do
to
it.
do Lindy Hop.
Yes.
That's fucking dope.
Hella nerdy.
Do you still keep that up?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
Oh my God.
Love it.
All right, that's a cool tidbit.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. That's a nice thing to end on.
But yeah, that's why I look pinup-y all the time when I go to award shows.
And also you like that aesthetic, right?
Oh God, I love it. I always
Plus,
have.
really fun to feel like you're fucking someone from the past.
There you go.
Time travel porn. Been done?
Time travel,
Doctor Who.
how
Must
far
have been
back?
a Doctor Who.
I'm sure there has. Yeah. I've done lots of pinup porn
Doctor
because
Goo.
I ask for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done lots of swing dancing porn because I asked for it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you can find it. Brazzers did a scene with me and Kyle Mason, who's a ballroom dancer. So he's not a Lindy Hopper, so it looks a little ballroomy.
Sure.
But we do some Lindy Hop and tango before we fuck, yeah.
Do you fuck in the outfits?
Yes.
On the dance floor?
Yes.
Ah! That's kind of like the Dancing with the Stars I've always wanted to see.
See? Yeah, I have
Dancing
a
with
few
the
of
chocolate
those.
stars.
I have one with, oh God, for Twisties I have one. For Molly's Life I have one. I have a few, yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Lindy hopping
Lindy
your
Hop
way
porn.
into-
You're welcome, world.
There you go. You're welcome.
Because I think I'm the only one.
I mean, look, there's an audience for everything. If I've learned one thing about pornography and about the internet,
Yeah.
if you can think it up, porn exists for it. And that's
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite things about pornography.
Isn't it? And the internet.
Well, the internet, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's so much wrong with the internet. And so much wrong with porn as well in a lot of ways, in my
Yeah.
personal situation. But if I go to a bar
Mm-hmm.
and I talk to a barmaid and she's a beautiful Puerto Rican girl and she's got like long dark curls,
more.
but she has like tattoos on her chest,
Ooh.
and we chat, blah, blah, and we just
Yeah.
flirt, and I go home, I know I can go hot Latina chest tattoos
And you'll find
fucking
it.
in a bar.
Hell yeah.
And there's something.
And there'll be something great.
That's got to be the purpose of every young sexual deviant, is to find the one thing that doesn't exist on the internet.
Good luck.
Gnome porn.
Good luck. Go to find a German site. If you can't find it here.
Germany.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
Because, our credit card processors limit what we can do in pornographer. Like,
Yeah.
it's like majorly, our scenes are dictated by the credit card processors. Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, like we can't put our thumb, like if you put 4 fingers in an ass, you have to show your thumb. There's all kinds of things that we don't do in porn, not because we don't want to, but because if you can't use Visa, then you can't buy it. And if you can't buy it, then you can't make it. So, yeah.
Whoa. Explain that. Sorry, break that down for me one more time. So,
It's Visa and other credit card have decided that they will not support certain things that they consider indecent. So there's a list of indecent things.
is this the whole spanking thing in England? Like, you're not allowed to spank in pornography in England anymore?
I think if you're tied up, like there's rules about when you're being tied up and if you're tied up and fucked at the same time and which digits are where, and it's not based on actual legality. It's based on credit card processing.
So you've been in a scene before and someone's gone,
Get
whoa,
your
whoa,
thumb!
whoa.
Show your thumb!
Show that
I need
thumb.
I've had scenes cut because they couldn't see my thumb.
Because a credit card's
Yes.
business.
Yes.
Wowza.
Yes.
That's fucking weird, man.
Very weird.
That's a really interesting and weird side of the business.
Because you'd have very different porn if they let us, and they is not the government.
Now, are you allowed to do the thumb on its own as long as the other finger's around?
Yes. In fact, you can do all of these fingers. at the same time. Or you can use a dildo that has a thumb that's bigger than my hand and use that.
Wow.
I know.
That's fucking trippy.
Yep.
So next time you're signing something with your Visa cards, make sure you pop that thumb, because you never know.
If they're watching, they
might
going to
refuse you.
Indecent.
Amazing. Cherie DeVille. I've learned so much. I really didn't want to talk that much about pornography, to be honest.
Oh, no.
But I knew, because because you know what? It's an interesting thing to me to find. Don't get me wrong, the sexual side of who you are is obviously a big part of who you are. It's your business. It's obviously a passion. It's something that you've been into from a younger age, and now you're turning it into your world and fucking making good money on it. But it's one facet of who someone is. But then I feel like I've learned so much about an industry I profess to be reasonably clued up on.
Yeah. Well, you have like multiple friends in the business.
Yeah.
That's super
and exes,
rare.
like girls that used to
so
date.
Like you are way more indoctrinated than like anyone else that's not in the industry.
I've done a lot of jerking off as well.
Do you know what I mean? I've watched a lot and I've talked to you.
I've rubbed my cock raw before. But I have learned a lot. It's been very insightful. Now, listen, I'm sure that a lot of people who watch this and listen to this are going to be fans of yours anyway, who want to learn a little bit more about you. Now you're going to get, by the way, you're going to get so many nice pin-up dresses sent to you.
I hope so.
You must have like one of those PO boxes where you get fan mail, right?
I do, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pin-up dresses.
Yes.
Lindy hot tapes. That's what you're going to be getting through. I'm sorry.
I'm okay with that.
It's probably better than pictures of a dick. Like, hey, babe, I really like my... This is what's going on.
So many dick pics.
So many dicks. You know what I really want? Kira is, Danny Daniels is she's an artist.
Yeah.
You've seen her art. Amazing work.
Amazing.
She's actually legit really fucking good. And mixed media artist.
Really fucking good.
And I would love her to do a big collage of some sort of collage with dick pics that have been sent, like thousands of dick pics.
Could it be like a color grading, like, you know what I mean, like from like the darkest to the palest on the wall? You know what I mean?
I like that.
Like a nice color strip.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
that's quite abstract. That's quite modern art. I was thinking it could be something incredibly. It could be like Mickey Mouse, the silhouette of Mickey Mouse, but done with dick pics. Because it should be something really juxtaposed. Yes. I like that. I think that's like the taboo thing.
Yes, do something like, because she does her art with I don't know if they know, where it's almost like a Monet. It's like a stippling effect, so she could do teeny little dicks to make up the larger picture of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, print them all out, but it has to be real dick pics sent to you guys.
Yeah.
You could start collating them, put them in a Dropbox file.
Oh, you know what it would take? At any moment, she could get 3 girlfriends and she could have 1,000 dick pics in an hour.
Wow.
Easily. Or if she just tweeted out that she wanted dick pics and opened up her DMs.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Done.
She'd have material for the rest of her life.
Set up a Dropbox, and just go, here's the folder, please.
This is for
it's
dick
open.
pics.
Anyone can put a dick pic in there. Yeah, boom. I might even donate one. Not of mine. Someone else's dick. Someone else's dick.
Just one you already have on your phone.
Steve.
Yeah,
Put down those wet wipes. Get over here. But thanks for coming and talking to me. The people who don't already know about you, what's your social media tags on Instagram?
I'm Cherie DeVille XO on Instagram.
ChereDeVille.
Yep. And
XO.
then XO. I know, because everything's gotten taken down so many times, it can't be the same thing across the board anymore.
It sucks dick, right?
It does. And Cherie DeVille
because
on Twitter.
Because it sucks dick.
It does suck dick. And
because
then CherieDeVille.com. Just Google Cherie DeVille. You'll find me.
Cherie DeVille.
Yeah.
And anything coming up that you want to tell people about? What's this new movie, this new feature?
Oh, I can't say yet.
Can't say yet? Okay. Do we know who it's for?
I know. It is for an independent investor, which means it's a custom for someone.
Oh, okay. Middle Eastern guy. Probably Middle Eastern guy. I want you to look like you fuck boy, but not boy. He's woman, but you have to strap breasts down, but you look like fuck boy.
Oh my God.
Middle East, that's what they do.
I'd do it. It's
all
fine.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
She'll do it.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it, man. Ma'am, man, lady, friend. Me. I'm gonna play the outro music now. Look how smooth this is, because I don't have a producer. Merry New Year. I hope it goes well for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me.
Bye. Thanks for having me.